Good morning, everybody. We've just initiated the workshop organized by Nanoelec in the framework of Date 20. It's probably one of the only events that will finally be organized this week, since the conference has been delayed and will be organized digitally. So thank you all for participating, and especially to the speakers that have accepted to commit to this new experience for us, because it's the first time that we organize such a webinar. And thank you for the organizers as well in the team, especially François Legrand, who has set up most of the work, and Marine, who is from Act and Match, who has helped us with the platform for this event. So I will start by a very quick overlook of Nanoelec to give you a brief overview of who we are, what we do, and then we'll have the main presentations of and the sessions going on. So in a few words, maybe to start with, my name is Hughes Metras. I am the director of Nanoelec since September 1st last year, so I'm still a little bit new in the system, but we've been running now with a new team for the past few months, and I will share with you some key points about Nanoelec. First of all, Nanoelec is a consortium headed by CEA Leti that has been set up about 8 years ago now, and which is focused on semiconductor technologies and their applications. It's a consortium of about 22 members, a total annual budget of around 60 million euros, with funding from the French government as part of the French recovery plan that was launched in 2012 and 13. And through activities in the field of dissemination, we've been able to also partner with more than 230 companies, among which more than 180 SMEs, which is a very important part of our work, is to make sure that the technologies disseminate in the industry. And so, as you can see, we have a series of partners in the field of research and education: CNRS, Grenoble Ecole of Management, Grenoble ENP, which is the Schools of Engineering, University of Grenoble Alpes, and INRIA. CEA, the ILL, and the SRF are providing technology platforms that I will share some overview about them in a few minutes. We have key actors providing components, which is the core of our activities. So ST Microelectronics, of course, will have a presentation in a few minutes about the engagement of ST in Nanoelec. Almae, who is providing some 3-5 activities: Prophecy, Alidia, Soitec. We have equipment manufacturers. We have EDA tool software company Mentor Graphics, which is part now of Siemens Group, who will provide 2 presentations this morning. We have network activities through Minalogic, the cluster in Grenoble, and through Jessica, with the association providing advices to companies when they want to enter the electronic fields. And then we have some end-user companies. The Nanoelec IRT is part of a larger network of French institutes of technology, which are involved in 2 main areas: technology research for industry on one side, and energy transition institutes. It's a network that has been developed over the past 8 years in parallel to what Nanoelec has been doing. The aim of all these institutes is that one of very specific part of our activities is that we do collaborative research. The idea is to bring together people along the value-added chain to work together on developing new technologies and bringing them to the market. And this is done with the support of the French government as part of the French recovery plan that I was mentioning a few minutes ago. As far as Nanoelec is concerned, we have 3 main technology programs developing new components: 3D integration, so we will have a session specifically on this; silicon photonics, we will have another session on this topic; We have gallium nitride power activities, which is that has been launched about 2 or 3 years ago. We didn't plan any presentation on this topic today because the technology are newer, and we are not yet bridging the gap to demonstrators using EDA tools and the focus of IC design. So it's a little bit early. It will be for another time. And we have another program called PULSE, which is focusing today on cyber security, and this topic of cyber security will be the third session of the program today. And in parallel to technological development, Nanoelec has always been investing activities in the field of education and training to develop new training programs to adapt to the trends in nanoelectronics, and to find new competencies and help develop new competencies for the industry. And the last one is the dissemination program, with a program called EasyTech, which is developing and transferring technologies to SMEs in the region, but also at the French level. The model, of course, is based on technology platforms. That means that we use platforms provided by our partners, especially clean rooms. Of course, the ones from CEA Leti, but also from partners such as ST, because some of our activities are developed and processed in the partners. We have technical platform to do demonstration in application environment, especially in the PULSE program. And today, as I mentioned, this program has been focusing on IoT and cybersecurity. So we have some platforms to demonstrate applications in the field of smart housing, silver economy, industrial environment, and so on. We have the large-scale instruments provided by the European scientific actors, ILL with the neutron source, and ESRF with the synchrotron, that provide tools to do characterization of semiconductors. And finally, we have the education and training platforms provided by Grenoble Ecole of Management for the management school for the business training, and Grenoble ENP for engineering and technical know-how. If we come back to the topic today, the idea is to use the conference date to show how new tools like architecture and system design, data processing, IC design, and EDA tools are specific know-how and expertise that help designers and developers bridge the gap between technology development, which was initially our focus at Nanoelec. So either in 3D stacking techniques, silicon photonics platforms. If we speak of cybersecurity, we can mention some new ideas around specific function at the technology level, and the gallium nitride. And if we want to bridge the gap to the main application fields that we are targeting at Nanoelec, energy conversion systems, image sensors and displays, and secure devices and systems, the know-how that will be presented during the session today around IC design, EDA tools, and all the activities around are key to be successful in helping our partners go faster to the market. And so I will finalize my presentation with a brief overview of the objectives of the workshop today. The first one is to illustrate the value of multi-partner programs, which is, as I mentioned, the essence of Nanoelec, to demonstrate the importance of EDA tools and IC design expertise to help, as I just mentioned, bridge the gap between emerging technologies and applications, to highlight some of the results that we've collectively achieved over the past few years, and finally, to demonstrate how some of our members plan to use the consortium to address future opportunities. And so we'll now cover the agenda with a keynote speech from ST that I will introduce in a minute. And then we'll move on to the 3 sessions: 3D integration, silicon photonics, and cybersecurity. So I will step aside and leave the floor to Dominique Thomas,